Hi guys, welcome. Let's do this again and see. Before we even start, let me quickly do a sound check. And if you can hear me, can you just do me a favor and comment before I even get to my sound check? If you can hear me, just let me know that you can hear, please. Is anybody here? And as you're coming, just be hitting the like button, please, guys, and be doing. Let me quickly do a sound check. Hello. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, so let's talk about this. Sorry about that before. I don't know, man. I thought we were good, but apparently I wasn't. But yeah, I wanted to come out here and talk about this Stevania situation. And I have to say though, yeah, I'm gonna give my opinion on this in what I thought was a situation that could have been handled better from both sides, at both sides of the conversation. You know what I mean? If not for any other reason, for old time's sake, if not for any other reason, for all the time that all the experiences, all the things that they've been through together, I honestly feel like this should have been handled differently. My opinion. And feel free to leave yours as well. I promise you, I'm not going to yell, I'm not going to shout. I'm really open to hearing everybody else's opinion. And for those of you who don't already know what's going on, I'm also going to gist you guys on what's going on. But I have to say, Stevania and Korra being at odds with each other, with Stevania calling Korra out, was definitely not in my 2025 bingo card. I will tell you guys that much. And obviously, we are all humans and we are capable of being offended and things can happen or whatever. But I definitely hope that their relationship had matured enough that something like this will not even be happening, especially considering what they have both been through together. Especially, I'm going to delve into that. Okay. So, but for those of you who don't know what's going on, this story, I didn't even know that this was going on. It was just by happenstance. It was shared, like how they post things and it will show on your newsfeed. This was how it showed on my newsfeed from somebody from Peggy's camp. They posted something that showed on my newsfeed, and it was about Korra and Stevania at odds. I was like, there is no way. Now don't start. People have started again with your drama and your this and your that. I immediately dismissed it. Yeah. I immediately dismissed it as untrue. And then, not even long after, I got a message in my inbox, and somebody was like, Jade, have you seen this? Did you know that this was happening? I was actually surprised that, okay, so this is actually happening. So, for those of you that doesn't know what's going on, I know I'm talking a lot. Make una no vex, okay? So apparently, because I had to go to Stevana's page to see, apparently Stevana has been converted or reverted, depends on which eye. If you're a Christian and you convert and you become a Christian, if you're not a Christian and you become a Christian, sorry, I talk a lot. I enjoy talking, so bear with me. So because it's part of the whole experience, it's part of the whole Genosa experience, baby. Okay, me talking and talking and talking is fun. So, in religion, if you're a Christian, they will say you've converted to Christianity. But in Islam, you can't say you've converted, they will say you've reverted, because the idea is that we are all born Muslims until we convert, until we change our path and become Christians or become idol worshippers or become voodoo worshippers. You know what I mean? So, okay. So now that I have gotten that out of the way, so what happened? Stevania recently converted or reverted back to Islam. Okay. I didn't know this. I have not been following her. I've never followed her. It was actually for my research purpose that I actually went and checked after all these things came out. So I went and checked. Okay. So, anyways, I went in and checked and I saw that she's now wearing hijab and she's now covered up. She's no longer, but she's still doing her yoga stuff. You know that babe is flexible as heck. Stevania is flexible, and it looks like she has also lost quite a bit of weight, you know. But yeah, that's all the things that I gathered. But she has now reverted or converted to Islam. And so from what I understand is that she reached out to Kale. She reached out to Kale, asking Kale to please delete all of, and if you know more about this story, please also feel free to like leave your opinions, okay? But this is just what I gathered from my little bit of research that I did, you know. So, but if you know if there is more to the story that you already know, but some of you, you are in the streets, you are in the street of this blue app and you know what goes on. So, to the best of my knowledge, after she reverted back to Islam, she contacted Kale and asked that she delete all of the videos that they did together. You know what I mean? All of the videos. And you know, those videos are very raunchy to the core. Like, the things that those babes were doing that year. Oh my goodness. So she contacted him. And so she contacted Kale asking her to like delete all the videos. And Kale responded and said that those are the videos that are putting food on the table. She's not going to delete the videos, and because they put food on the table and that's how she's using to feed her kids and all this other stuff. Obviously, this is something that Stevania did not take too kindly, you know. And so she didn't like that, you know. So she was talking about how she's wearing a hijab and she's half naked. And then Korra replied and said, "You do realize these videos pay me?" So Korra basically responded and said, so she was like, "Yes, I'm not wearing a hijab. I'm half naked and whatever." And Korra replied and said, "You do realize these videos pay me?" And she also said, "You have been paid." Okay, so apparently Korra also paid her. Korra also paid her. Anyways, you have been paying and blah, blah, blah. So Korra basically said no, you know. Korra basically said no. And then she then posted a message, and this was really after what really started to give people the idea that maybe something was not okay, all was not well in their universe, you know. And she started sobbing, talking about how, not even sobbing, because eventually she actually mentioned Kale's name. You know, she said Kale was not a good person, and clearly she was never a good person. She refused to delete the video that Stevana, wanted her to delete. And so she basically came out on social media and she was blasting Kale. Can I say this? Can I say this? Personally, I don't think that this situation between, delete the videos, I'm not going to delete the video, this is the video I used to feed my children. Personally, I don't think that's where the issue started. In my opinion, I feel like the two of them were already at odds. The two of them were already like going on a different path in life. The two of them were already like not getting along. Maybe something had already happened between them, because even if you decide to become of a different religion, I don't want to keep using the name because I don't want Uncle Zuki to ding me. Okay, even if you become you converted to a different religion, it doesn't mean that you necessarily ostracize yourself from your friends, unless of course something had happened prior to you converting and you not wanting to be associated with this person for no reason whatsoever, and now just using your conversion as an excuse to have that person delete all the videos. In this situation, Korra delete all the videos. That's one way. That's the number one way that I see it. But number two, and this is really, really important. This, in my opinion, because this kind of person that I am, this, in my opinion, is even more important than the first analysis that I gave. My opinion is this: even if whatever reason, even if they already at odds, and this person is coming to you and using her new religion as an excuse, as a yardstick, as an excuse for you to delete all those videos because they don't want to be associated with you. I think KO should have done it. Not because she's obligated to do it, that's not what I'm saying. Because she's well within her right to keep those videos, especially if it is a situation where she paid her for those features. You know what I mean? And it's actually interesting that if she paid her for those features, that really just tell you that it really wasn't a friendship then. I don't know. Maybe that one figured you're making so much money, pay me some small money. I don't know. But I just feel like in my opinion, it completely changes everything. If the situation is that, okay, I paid you to do, you were not doing it out of the goodness of your heart, you were not, I had to pay you for a job, and that makes it all the more rightful for Korra to say, no, those are my videos because you were paid for a service. I'm going to keep them up. Like I said, she's 100%, whether she paid for the videos for her feature or she didn't pay, she was well within her right to say, no, I'm keeping those videos up. I'm not taking them down. But with all of that being said, I feel like, considering what they have been through together, considering how Stevana stuck her neck out for her, I think that should count for something. I think even if whatever transpired that caused them not to be close anymore, whatever it was that happened, and she's only now using her religion as an excuse for why she doesn't want to be associated, she doesn't want any video that link both of them. Personally, what I would do in that situation, I will delete them. I will. I will delete them. Because we know social media, okay? Let's be honest. Those videos have already made money. They've already made money. And if you're a content creator, you already know that those videos are about to be deleted anyways, because Facebook now has a new policy. Facebook now has a new policy that live streams will be deleted after 1 month because they need to make room for storing more short form videos or whatever. That's the latest now. That's the update. So you might as well just, do it as a good faith gesture, even though the powers that be are going to delete the videos anyways. So personally, I feel like KO should have deleted those videos. Because again, those videos are not making as much money for her as they once did when it was first done. That is just the truth of the matter. All of us that are creators on social media, we know how these things work. It doesn't continue to make you money forever and ever for as long as you have those videos up. No, they all have a shelf life. They have a peak. Okay, every video that you do has a peak. It reaches a point where they no longer make money because you've made other videos that the algorithm is trying to push. So they will not so the previous videos are no longer a priority. You know what I mean? So I feel like, and this is just what I feel about life. Sometimes life is very easy. It's not as complicated as we make it out to be. Okay? It's not as complicated. Somebody says, Jade, as a Muslim, I understand Savannah's stand. It has nothing to do with Korra, but more about her new faith. But she's still doing things, though. She's still doing things on her page that a lot of people will consider haram. A lot of really devout Muslims will consider haram. Yeah, she's covering up now. She's wearing her hijab now. But she's still doing some really provocative things. And this is not me judging her, but I'm just saying, if we are going to say that she's a Muslim now, but even the yoga is haram now for a real devout Muslim. You know what I mean? So and that's why I feel like this is just like she still does provocative moves. She's doing this now with much more clothes on, but she's still doing those things. So let me read some more comments. Somebody else says, Linda said, I felt like she was coming for KO to ask for the videos to be deleted. The friendship was gone. Absolutely. That's what I said at the beginning. Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind that it was just asking Korra to delete the video was just a yardstick. It was just something that she wanted to do to show that I'm no longer effing with you. And because I'm no longer effing with you, I want you to delete those videos. It has nothing. Let's stop it. The people that are saying, oh, it's because of her faith, go and look at what she's posting and tell me if real devout people of that faith, I don't want to keep using it because I don't want Facebook to ding me, but go and look at the things and tell me if the things that she's posting now that she's of a different faith, or go and see the things and tell me if 9.9 out of 10 Muslim leaders will not like frown at the things that she's still posting now. So yeah, it really was just she no longer F with KO, and it has nothing to do with her new religion, finding religion. I think they've had a falling out. I think something happened that caused their relationship to fall out. And saying what she said, in my opinion, is just an excuse, for her to like really stick it to KO. Like she really wanted to stick it to KO. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna like make sure that she deletes all my videos. I'm really gonna stick it to her. But then I also feel like for old time's sake, also because all this drama is unnecessary, KO should have obliged. That's what I think. I think she should have been like, fine, you don't want to do anything with me anymore. Those videos are so old. Those videos are not making money anymore. I promise you. I know what I'm talking about. Now, these social media streets, all of us, those videos are not making money enough that will like affect her income, her overall bottom line. She should have just deleted them and say, fine, okay, now you don't want me in your videos. I also don't want you in my life. Bye. That's the best way to resolve something like this, in my opinion. Okay. Right. Bond Divine said, and she had to post their text message online. Yeah. To me, that was like crossing the line. Honestly, she totally crossed the line. She had no idea, no reason. She should not have. Again, this also goes back to good times. It's like she was really trying to like let people know, because she know that KO is on social media and people want to know, because KO has a lot of people who do not mean well for her. She has a lot of people who are actively looking to see her fail. They want to see, KO isolated from all of her friends or whatever. So, she just wanted to pile on. And I dislike people who pile on. I did like, this is why, when I find my people in life, I stick with them. I have friends till tomorrow that I actually, this morning I just spoke to one of my friends that I knew from primary one, when we were 6 years old. We started primary one together, and that my friend is still my friend till today. We didn't even go to the same high school. We went to the same primary school. We went to a different high school. Oh, we still continued, like we chose a different path, but we still continue our friendship. When I find my people, I really stick to them, because good people are so hard to find. They are so hard to find. Everybody is just looking for one thing to do to you, to harm you. Somebody that really meant well for you. Like, no matter what, the people that I actually call my friends, okay, none of them will take my matter to anybody. None of them. Let alone bring it to social media, when they know, especially in Korra's situation, where she has a whole lot of people who are actively plotting and planning and wishing ill. Okay, you don't take those things. If you cannot settle it behind the scenes, then move on. Bye. The public does not need to know that you and your once upon a time bestie are fighting. You do not need to release text messages between you and her, conversations that you had. Especially when that one hasn't even said anything. It's like, you know, that there are people that will automatically jump on your side. There are people that will automatically choose you over her and say, oh, she can't keep a friend. Here she is fighting with somebody who has been here for her 100%. And they will run with that narrative. Why do they have to do that? Why did she have to come out and blast those text messages and blast those things? Because she really wanted people to know, because she wanted them to drag her. She wanted them to drag her. She wanted them to like point and say, oh, another one bites the dust. Okay. So I honestly just feel like none of this should have happened. Things should not have escalated like this. This is so simple. People make friends and break away and move on and do one thing or the other. It doesn't have to be public spectacle. You don't have to make a public spectacle out of it. I honestly feel like even if Korra had agreed and deleted and not respond to her by saying, this is where I feed my children, blah, 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 I feel like she still would have found another thing to complain and bicker about. She still would have come out anyways. Because for you to come out and release a text message conversation between you and your once upon a time friend, that's because you had already made up your mind. Your mind was already made up. You had already concluded that you were going to tell, you were going to blast her anyways. And that's what I think happened. These two should not, like, these two could have handled this situation in a way that none of it would have come out at all. None of it. All of this could have been resolved. You know, once she contacted her, normally now, she would have known too. KO should have known to herself that, you know, they've had a falling out and things happen, whether it was spoken or unspoken, or if it's just a situation where two people drifted apart, whatever the situation, she should have read the room, KO, and realized that, okay, this person is not on the same wavelength as me anymore. And then she should have deleted it. Like I said, those videos are not making as much money as they once did. Because so much time has passed, those videos are now so behind. If you even get maybe like $20 out of it in a month, you're lucky. So for me, I feel like that's the reason why she should have just deleted those videos and be like, carry your wahala, they go. Just carry your wahala, they go. That's how I handle me. I know how to match people. I know how to handle different people. Like, maybe it's part of my training. I really am really good at figuring people out and just giving them what they deserve. You know, she should have just like, okay, fine, you want them deleted, fine, I'll delete them. They haven't even been seen together in like a year or so. They've not made a video together. So the notion that that video is still making money and she's still feeding her kids with the money that that video is making, to me, is unrealistic. It's unrealistic. She should have just deleted it and say, I've deleted it, carry your wahala, they go. Oh yeah, go now, carry your wahala, they go. Oh yeah, bye. Okay. Somebody is asking, are you sure KO didn't delete it? I don't know. I'm going by what she said. Maybe you can tell me. To the point where she's even saying that anybody that sees any video that she features in, that they should contact her so that she can copyright strike you. You can't do that. You can't do that. They are not your videos, Stevana. Those are not your videos. And this is how you abuse the copyright system. Like, they are not your videos. You don't have a right to copyright claim a video that belongs to her. It was a lot. Most of them were live streams that were streamed directly from her page. Do you even know how copyright works? Do you even know how copyright works? Okay. Somebody said she used the same stick to beat KO as her ex online hater. She's not a friend. Yeah. She should have deleted the video because, like, seriously, again, like I said, and like those videos, right? They cannot be making, and that's me being generous to even say that they are making $10, $20 a month. They can't be making her $50 a month. So why would she keep those videos? To create chaos? No. She should have just deleted it and said, yeah, carry your wahala, they go. Now you they send come now. You are the next. You're the one that they have sent to come, you know. It's just sad because all these people, this is why I spoke about friendship, you know. When you're blessed to have people who are genuinely your friends, when you're blessed to have people who are genuinely your friends, they stick by you. Like my phrase, oh my gosh. I cannot do without them. If I'm not busy, I'm on the phone with them. We're doing conference call and we're talking. And in that conference call, we are fighting, we are arguing, we are bouncing the phone on each other, and we are calling each other back 2 minutes time and hashing it out. While we're trying to hash it out, we are all being strong heads and we are bouncing the phone on each other again. And then before we find, like, it's what happens. Like, you don't just throw friendship away. Unless it was never real, unless it was always transactional. And I've also had friends that we didn't have any fight or childhood friends, we didn't have any issues, we didn't have any fight or anything. We just drifted apart, just like that. You call somebody, you know, and maybe they are busy and then they call you back and maybe you're busy and then you call back, they're busy until each of you just give up and be like, okay, nothing happened. That's life. It's not a must that people must be friends forever and ever. But it is the way that you handle the situation that really, really will tell your level of maturity and your intentions. Okay? And your intentions, our intentions, it just really shows. And they always do this. Whenever something will just happen, they will just come out on social media. They will just come out on social media and blab. Like, it's so wild to me. Like, I don't understand though. I don't understand. When I see things like this, yeah, it really just makes me so happy for my circle, the people that I have in my corner. Because things that just get blown out of proportion that doesn't even need to be. Even if you told her, you forced her, you cussed her out, and you told her to delete those videos, and she cussed you out and said, I'm not deleting. Do your worst. Cry blood. I'm not deleting it. Then you just move on. Why bring it to social media? Because you know that there are so many people who do not like her on social media who are just lurking in the shadows. Lurking in the shadows. Lurking in the shadows. Just waiting for the next thing that they can use against her. And you are more than happy to feed them. That tells me that really, you did not have a good intention. You used her too. She was talking about how, you know, KO uses people and da 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 da. But what you're doing now is no different. Nobody says the world must know that you are no longer friends with somebody. A mature person, even if you make a video or people are actively asking about her on your page, you can just ignore and not even respond to those comments. You don't even need to tell them, stop asking about me. I'm not saying this happened though, but I'm just saying this is what happened before. Didn't this happen before with one of Kale's friends, former friends? You don't even need to respond to the people that are asking, no, when last have you seen her? But you don't need to respond to any of those people. You can just move on. Move on with your life. Okay? Somebody says, I never thought much of her. She was very fake, always looking for attention, but never got it. But I don't see that, okay? Because I wasn't even checking for her like that. I wasn't looking for her behavior. I wasn't trying to figure out what kind of a friend she was. I just saw somebody who was there for Kale when Kale needed someone, and regardless of what she has done now, and that's another thing that I also want people to know, okay, those of you that are Kale supporters, yeah, you, regardless of what she has done now, you guys also need to, for me, I don't know, maybe she did all those things, defending, supporting Kale for attention. But for me, I don't read minds. I don't know what's in her mind to say that she did all those things for attention. She was fake. I just remember what she did. I remember how she was there for her when nobody was physically, I mean to say. So to me, I will not lose sight of that. I will not completely dismiss her and call her fake, you know. I want to believe that there were moments, those things that she did, I want to believe that she did it because she actually cared. Okay. Somebody says the boyfriend didn't like KO. He's a controller. Time will tell. But for me, I feel like, for a grown adult person, somebody who has procreated, yeah, when you choose to listen to a controlling spouse, a controlling partner about who you should be friends with and who you shouldn't be friends with, then what that tells me is that you're doing exactly what you want to do. There are people who really have not their own autonomy. There are people who are weak, weaklings and pushovers, and anybody can come and, whoever is in their life can do whatever. I know that there are people like that, such exist, but she doesn't strike me as the kind. Somebody like her, she strikes me as a strong-willed person. If she's listening to her boyfriend who supposedly doesn't like her, that's because she also, and she's operating from that perspective. That also tells me that she's doing what she really wants to do, ultimately. You know, so that's what that tells me. Somebody said, Dion says, that was the part I didn't like. That was the part that I didn't like. She knows Kale has enemies out there waiting for anything to latch on. If she ever was a true friend, if she was ever a true friend at all, she could have handled that differently. Yeah, yeah. The fact that she will bring that conversation and post it on social media really just tells you the kind of person that she is and her true intentions, you know. So, in my opinion, it was handled very poorly. It was handled so poorly on both sides. This could have gone better. This could have been handled differently. It did not need to escalate. It did not need to get to this. It did not need to get to this. Okay. Okay. So that's just what I think, anyways. Both of them, like Kale should have known that this person has been at odds with me. Things are no longer. Hit the like button, guys. We need to get this to 130 likes. Otherwise, I am gone. We need to get this to 130 likes. Yeah, we can absolutely do it. You know. So I feel like if you don't want to be, people need to learn, and we need to normalize just moving on without coming on social media to blast everything. We need to normalize it. We don't need to bring everything to social media. Relationship don't kaput. Why? Because you know that you want to inflict as much pain as that person, because you know that that person makes their money on social media and that person has a following, or you know that there are people who are just lurking in the shadows waiting to hear bad news about that person, about a falling out with that person and a friend. We need to normalize just moving on. It does nothing for you for the entire world to know that you're no longer friends with this person. It does absolutely nothing for you. It will even show your class, show the class, the caliber of person that your moral standing. If you can just disagree with somebody or decide that you're no longer, friends with this person, and just move on. You don't need to respond to every comment that asks, checking on that person on your page. You don't even need to shade. You don't even need to say, for example, if somebody ever asks you, oh, where is this person? I haven't seen you guys. You've not hung out in a while. You don't even need to respond. You can just pay dust. You can just ignore, you can just do like bird box, like you didn't see that comment. You don't need to respond to that comment. You absolutely do not. It is so unnecessary. We need to normalize just moving on with our lives, Friendship don't kaput. Friendship is not working anymore. Fine. I wish you all the best, or I wish you all the bad, I wish you all the ill luck. Wish whatever. You don't need to bring it to social media. You can just move on with your life. But when you do things like this, when you blast situations with somebody that you once called your friend on social media, it means you want to inflict as much pain to them as possible. You want to inflict more pain. You want to make them feel the pain. Come on. All those videos mean nothing. You guys don't even do the same thing. Like, your videos are still there. The videos that you're showing, the only difference between the videos that you're doing now and the videos that you did with KO is that one of them, like you in previous videos, you were scantily clad. In these ones that you're doing now, you're covered up, but you're still doing those provocative moves that is considered haram. Okay. So I really need you guys to chill. You want to move on, move on. There is no need for you to start. There is no need for you to start, instigating, starting things, and just giving people weapon to go after her. And this is why people are saying that the friendship between you and KO wasn't real, because a real friend, knowing, having been a part, there had been times when, even when she'd be on live video with KO, they'll be reading all the comments, the hate comments that she gets. You know that there are people who are so critical of her. And you went and gave them something, gave them more ammunition. This is the reason why people are thinking that you were never a friend, because a real friend will not do this. A real friend, even though you've had a falling out, will really think about all the times that you guys were there for each other. We saw how you were there for Korra, at least I, speaking for myself, I saw how you were there for Korra, but I'm also sure that she was there for you as well. I'm also sure that when she needed you, you were there. You know what I mean? Sorry, when you needed her, she was also there for you. Like we see how I keep saying we when I can only speak for myself. I saw how you handled Peggy that time. I saw how you set him straight, when she really didn't have anybody. I want to believe that when you did those things, you were doing it because you actually cared about her. And I'm sure that even though we did not see, I'm sure she was also there for you. And she reciprocated in her own way. You guys have spent good times. And she always said that you're a good person. She says the nicest thing about you. Whenever she'll travel to Atlanta to see you, she's always excited and she can't say enough good things about you. And now, because something has to have happened for their relationship to sour to this point. Okay? Something has to have happened. But regardless of what happened, like, you should have just moved on your own. Move on. The world does not need to know at all. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Or let me even time myself for 5 minutes. If I don't see 100 likes, I'll be like, okay, bye. Waiting. First go they use beg. Somebody will be begging for like. Now what for now? Now what for una? I've timed myself. My alarm is gonna go off in 7 minutes. You know what I mean? So I just feel like this is the wrong way. And now you're bad mouthing her, saying she's a bad friend, saying this and that, and come on. And that one, I don't know. Maybe she has said something. I don't know. But to the best of my knowledge, KO hasn't said anything about you publicly. She has not mouthed you. She's not bad mouthed you in public. She's not said you all these horrible things that you're saying about her. She hasn't even said anything. I'm sure if you think that you were the only one who was aggrieved in that relationship, you'll be sorely mistaken. I'm sure if she was somebody who was keeping tabs on all the bad things that you have done, I'm sure she would have found something that she would accuse you of doing to her. So all of this was such a faux pas on her part. Like, I mean, I want to believe that part of the reason why you were helping her then was because you were trying to protect her. Imagine somebody that is trying to protect somebody that was trying to protect the same you that was trying to protect her back then is now the one that is throwing her to the wolves. The same you that was supposedly trying to protect her is now the one feeding her to the wolves. Like, it's so unnecessary. Let's normalize moving on. Just move on. You've had a falling out. You're no longer friends. You don't like this person anymore. Just move on. You don't need to even come out and say anything. If their existence is bothering you so much, block them and you will never see. As long as you don't go searching for things. So I don't know. For me, both of them should have handled this situation. Because if a former friend, reaches out and say, "You see all the videos that we did together, because I am now of a different faith, I have now found religion. I want you to delete those videos." Personally, naturally, I will know that things would have happened that would have hinted at a fallout between me and the person. Things would have happened that would have hinted that, okay, there is a fallout between them, and the person reaches out and say, I want you deleting all those, want you to delete all those videos. I will delete them. Saying, oh, I don't want to delete them because those videos, they were I don't want to delete those videos because I'm feeding my children with those videos or whatever. To me, that is the wrong answer. You know, that's just like somebody who's like, okay, so that's somebody who could have de-escalated the situation, but chose not to de-escalate the situation. Instead, decided that they were going to match. KO decided that she was going to match Stevana's energy. She could have just been like, fine, I'll delete those videos. But replying about how she used to what was it that she said, that she's feeding her kids with those videos and she paid, all those things would just escalate the matter, you know. So I don't see it for either of them, the way they handled the situation. Both parties had more than enough opportunity to not escalate the situation, but they chose to handle it differently. And that's how we ended up where we are today. Both of them handled the situation poorly, okay? Poorly. Like Stevana, somebody that you're supposed to be protecting, somebody that you said you've been protecting. How did you end up being the one to like throw her to the wolves? And Kale, you should have just like rest. You should have deleted those videos. Because asking you to delete those videos should have given you an inclination that, okay, this person is looking for my trouble, or this person is trying to start something. And you could have put a pin on it, could have put a stop to it, could have made sure it didn't escalate, didn't go further. Okay. But Steania saying that she is going to have the video copyright claimed, like that. Hey gosh, I don't know who's giving her the copyright teaching. Like, those are Korra's videos. They are KO's videos, and she has every right to post them. And if you don't want them on social media, then beg. But yeah, you're not going to go far trying to have those videos copyright claimed. That's not how that works. Okay. It's not too late still. It's not too late for both parties to still figure things out and resolve these things. It's not too late. It's not too late at all. But I hope that they work things out too. I hope that they get to a place where maturity will set in and common sense will prevail, and both parties will just drop their swords right now. Still not too late, you know. Yeah, it should not have escalated to this point, but the situation is still salvageable. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't know what has been said behind the scenes. I don't know if she has already reached out to people who do not like Korra in the comment, you know, in inboxes and WhatsApp groups, and fed them information. I guess we have to wait and see how that goes. But yeah, that's my own for this. So let me know what you guys think. Oh, that's my opinion on this. Like this video and share. I will catch you guys later. Bye.